Hello there, Capricorn, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I'm kind of doing a special reading for you. This is going to take a look at the next 3 months. So we'll take a look at February, March, and April. And the reason I'm doing this is because I feel like you've been going through a really big transformation, and now that all the planets have gone direct. We finished out with Mercury. That was the last planet to go direct, and it went direct February 3rd. And we really don't have any planets going into retrograde until April 29th. So that's the end of April. And I feel like we have this kind of portal, if you will, for the next 3 months where we can finally get that traction. We can finally figure out how to move forward. And so in this reading, what I'm going to do is take a look at the energies that you'll have for each of the 3 months. And then we'll look at any advice that Spirit might have to overcome any obstacles, because Capricorn, one of the wonderful things about your readings lately is that you have turned the corner. And that's why I want to do this reading for you. I feel like you've turned the corner. You've done a lot of work on your self-worth and everything. And now you're coming into this lovely energy. And I feel like in these next 3 months, you have an opportunity to make a lot of progress in areas where before you felt kind of like held back just by the universe and all the energy. So we're going to take a look at this. I'm going to kind of lay these out, and then we'll come back and talk about them. But if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider like, commenting, or subscribing. Okay, so let's see what we have. Oh my goodness, does this look nice? This looks like really nice energy. So I'm going to start off with the oracle cards just to get an idea for the overall energy for each month, and then we'll go to the tarot to get a little bit more clarification. So let's see what we have here. Oh, this is so lovely. Okay, so your overall, the underneath here is, really coming into an energy of creating the type of life that it is that you want to have. With the third chakra, this is about creativity, about figuring out what your core is, your core values, what is the most important to you, and then creating from that. Once you get that clarity, and I feel like you've been working on that, Capricorn, once you get that clarity, moving forward and taking a look at, hey, how can I use my gifts and talents, to not only help the universe, but also to bring more financial stability for myself and also more joy and abundance. Because we have the turkey spirit, grace and gratitude. Now, Capricorn, you've been getting this type of energy a lot. I think you have been working on, really fine-tuning your gratitude about what it is that you have in your life. When you were back in November and December, part of January, where you were kind of trying to figure out, your worthiness, when you were working on some of those types of energies, sometimes when we're doing that, we're looking at what other people have or what we don't have. And we can kind of get stuck in that energy, but you've worked through that. And now you're in this lovely energy of gratitude and grace, being really grateful for what you have in your life, having a more positive attitude, perhaps higher vibration about what it is that you are bringing into fruition for yourself and for the collective. I think part of what you've been, transitioning through over the last 6 months is really looking at your gifts and talents and understanding, just how worthy you are, how important your gifts and talents are to the collective. Because look at what we have here, infinite abundance. And on the bottom it says abundance is pouring into your life. So this is your overall energy for the next 3 months. Really nice. So Capricorn, it's that energy of stepping into your power, stepping into understanding just how worthy you are of attracting abundance. Sometimes when we we get into that energy of feeling like, well, I don't really have much to offer, or, I feel like you were in this energy of working really hard, but maybe not getting a lot of financial gain from it. And it's kind of like suddenly understanding I need more balance in my life. Perhaps I don't have to work so hard to still acquire a lot of, abundance in my life. And, we have to keep in mind that abundance is not just about financial reward. It is about joyfulness, happiness, time for play, time for you to just sit back and, take a bubble bath or watch your favorite movie or whatever it is that brings you joy. Because I feel like you had been working so hard that you really didn't have a lot of that time for yourself to find joy in your life. So let's go, and we're going to take a look first at February. So let's see what we have here. Oh, I love this. Oh my goodness. You just have such lovely energy. Ace of Swords on the bottom, getting that clarity. Once again, I feel like you have been in a fog for so long. Now you're coming out of that clarity. You're understanding your worth, and it's kind of like you want to put your light out into the world. So here we have reaching your destination and victory. Now, this is your February energy. Coming into that sense of understanding just how worthy you are, getting victorious over any obstacles that you may have had in your past. So, overcoming the obstacles of losing a job, ending, a relationship that meant a lot to you, overcoming a health crisis, whatever kind of put you onto this path. You're at the end, you're at the end of the obstacles. You're claiming victory. You're understanding just how strong you are because you have traveled so far and overcome so much in maybe several different areas of your life. And the squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. One of the things we have to keep in mind is that when we go through trying times, it's a chance for us to rediscover that strength that we have inside of us. Courage is, knowing what we need to overcome, what we need to work on, how we can progress, and then going and doing that. It doesn't take a lot of courage to sit back and not look at some of the areas that we could grow or we could progress. But Capricorn, you've done that work. You took the time to go within and to really discover, what are your core values? What really means a lot to you? You may have left a job that wasn't in alignment with your core values, may have left a relationship that wasn't in your core values. You could have, overcome a health crisis because one of your core values was, I don't have time for exercise or eating healthy. And now all of a sudden you're like, no, wait a minute. Now I understand that is really important to me. So sometimes when we go through those tower moments, those traumatic events, or, those difficult endings that we have in a career or a relationship, it's because we need to come back into alignment. It's the universe's way of helping us to come back into alignment with our core beliefs. Because sometimes we get into situations where our core beliefs get a little, sidestepped. And it's all because of fear. It's, if you're fearful that if you're in a mentality of, I don't have enough, or I'm lacking in some way, or my life is lacking in some way, sometimes we can make decisions that aren't in alignment with our core beliefs, because what we're doing is we're going in the direction of trying to overcome a fear. But Capricorn, you have stepped it back into making decisions from a lens of love instead of a lens of fear. So it really is, oh, look at this. Underneath that is woman holding a heart. And I feel like this is you've stepped back into understanding that you're number one core belief has to be Capricorn. Stepping into your energy of realizing just how valuable you are, loving yourself for all of the gifts and the talents that you have, loving yourself for even those, things about ourselves that we feel like, well, I could still even progress more. That's a weakness I wish I didn't have or something. Loving yourself for understanding that your weaknesses are just as important as your strengths. That a weakness isn't a weakness. It's really part of you. It's something that, you are here perhaps to work on, but recognizing it and still loving it is part of your core beliefs, is part of why you are here. Really lovely energy, stepping into this sense of believing in yourself and saying, hey, you know what? As long as I'm in alignment with who I am and I'm making decisions that are based on what I want out of my life and giving back to myself, everything's going to be fine. It really is. Because here we have, the Nine of Pentacles, this is like the single lady card. Gender doesn't matter. Your independence and freedom. I feel like you have worked really hard on getting your independence and freedom, perhaps from a relationship or moving away from a career and starting your own business or something like that. But there's more to this. To me, the message I'm getting is that you have pulled away from trying to please other people. You have pulled away and gained your independence and freedom from your fears. You have stepped into this energy of, hey, I love my life and I am willing to work on creating exactly what I want for the rest of my life. This is the Nine of Pentacles going to the Ten of Pentacles. What progress? You're making progress in your financial sector, perhaps in your career, but I get a sense that it's more than that. It's more than, the Pentacles is all about your worth. You're making progress in understanding just how worthy you are, just how valuable you are to the world, to the universe, that your gifts and talents are really needed and you're ready to share them. Because with the Page of Swords is all about learning and gaining information about your worth, gaining information about, hey, what can I do with this? Now that I've stepped into an energy of understanding just how worthy I am, just how much the collective needs my gifts and talents and love. How can I, spread this joy? How can I spread what I've learned about myself? How can I use my gifts and talents to help the rest of, the universe, the collective? How can I step out of my comfort zone and start to communicate what it is that I have learned about myself, or start to communicate and share my gifts and talents with the rest of the world? Really lovely, lovely energy. And this is your February energy. So I feel like, if suddenly you're getting like this burst of enthusiasm for, oh my goodness, I want to start my own business, or oh my goodness, I want to change my career, or oh my goodness, maybe I want to move, or even start doing missionary work or whatever it is. It's, this sense of, I have done the work, I have overcome these obstacles, and I am ready to step out and share with the world. Because underneath here we have the Ace of Swords. It's like a new beginning. It's like you may be coming into a new idea of how you can use your gifts and talents to collaborate with spirit, to work with others, to help heal the collective, the universe. It's a lovely, lovely energy. Okay, so let's go look at March and see what we have here. So we have the Wombat Spirit, be at home. This is you stepping into an energy of, in February, this could be all a little bit new because, we have that Ace of Swords, we have the Page of Swords. It could be a little bit new. And, sometimes when we're in a spirit where things seem a little bit new, one of the problems is that, we're not really comfortable with it yet, especially if, maybe you're trying to start a blog or start a YouTube channel or, maybe even give some talks or start some, kind of like support groups, okay, for something that you've gone through. Somehow to start communicating with others some of the lessons, the wisdom that you have gained, or sharing your gifts and talents. That could be a little bit uncomfortable, but in March, you're getting more comfortable either with this idea or with sharing yourself with the collective. And here we have the happy family. Like, I feel if some of you have been on this journey and you have felt very alone at times, you could have left a relationship, you could have had difficult family situations while you were going on this journey, really coming back into alignment with who you are. When we're coming back into alignment with who we are, it means sometimes that we do have to end relationships or walk away from situations that we really don't want to walk away from, but they're no longer in alignment with who we are becoming. Well, this is a lovely energy with this happy family. I feel like you're coming back into your soul tribe, or you're finding a new community of people that understand you. You could be, starting a support group, or you could be joining a support group with people that have been through similar situations like you have, and you're starting to find, being at home and happy family is this energy of finding people that are in alignment with you. It's a lovely, lovely energy. If you, the other thing is the message I'm getting, if you have been kind of a little bit, had to sidestep some relationships from the past, whether it's friends or family, even maybe co-workers, for a little while in order to help yourself come into your core alignment. Or for some of you, maybe you had a health issue or something and you had to, withdraw yourself from your social circle or something for a while to heal. The nice thing about this is that, there is this energy of, perhaps realigning with some of these people, or, helping those connections come back together, only if those connections are also in alignment with who you are becoming. I don't see you, reconnecting with people that are not in alignment. But, sometimes we do have to kind of step away from some people and, with the wombat spirit, be at home, kind of be solitary for a little while, to work on ourselves, to go deep, to figure out who and what, what direction we're going in, who we're becoming. So that's a lovely, lovely energy. I feel like in February, you may still feel a little bit like a trailblazer. You're blazing a new trail for yourself. But coming into March, I feel like you are going to feel more at home with all of that. And you're going to have a lot of grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. Yeah, I feel like, some of the connections that you are making in March or reconnecting with people in March helps you to bring back some of the joy that you may have been missing, over like the last 6 months or so. And, do not forget, you have the infinite abundance, that energy of really, having abundance is joy and happiness. It's time for yourself, those types of things. It's also, I get the energy in March that you're going to see the silver linings of, the traumatic events in the past. And that's such a lovely feeling when you've gotten down the road enough that you can look back and you can say, oh my gosh, okay, when I was going through that was terrible. But look at all the wonderful things that have happened because of that traumatic event. Really lovely. Yeah, so we have the 3 of Swords here, 10 of Swords. I feel like you're finally clearing out this energy because you have the 3 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. A very difficult ending. But you're moving away from it because what we have here is the Fool. And, moving away from this energy, saying, hey, this is no longer where I am. Yes, that was a difficult ending, but guess what? I get this bright and new future ahead of me. And you're going to be willing to, the Seven of Pentacles is the energy of putting time and energy into this new path, of not looking back, and I know, Capricorn, I've been saying that to you for some time about, you got to leave the past in the past. But the energy I love here is that you really are. It's almost like, with the Ten of Swords, I feel like you're putting an end into the difficult ending that you had in the past. It's kind of like, okay, I am done with this. Because you have this energy of, I'm ready to plant seeds for my future. The Seven of Pentacles is you're planting the seeds now that you will harvest on down the line. So once again, I get, the other thing is Emperor is underneath here. I really feel like a lot of you are going to start your own business, or, a side business. You might be starting a side business that you hope turns into something that, is financially rewarding for you on down the line, so that you can maybe shift your career into this. I feel like you're getting this in February, this, new information, some new ideas about how you can create financial stability for yourself, by yourself, perhaps. I'm not saying that you won't work with other people, but hey, perhaps meeting some people in March that you can work with in order to build some new financial, business or project. Once again, I'm hearing like a collaborative group of some sort, whether that's like a support group or, a charity. I'm hearing charity. So you might be wanting to start a charity or something like that. Definitely this energy of wanting to use, like Capricorn, you're such a hard worker, and I feel like you want your work to have more purpose now. I feel in the past, one of the reasons that you've been going through this transformation is because your work maybe wasn't quite in alignment with your core beliefs. I'm not saying like, say you were in a field that was somewhat in alignment with your core beliefs, but perhaps the company that you were working at did not align with your core beliefs. So your work may have, but the environment that you were in was not. Okay, so it's that energy of getting back into alignment. Understanding. Okay, so this is lovely. So this is April. So in April you have the cow, and it's cow spirit. The miracles are endless. Coming into this energy of, oh my gosh. The universe is just, it's kind of like rainbows and unicorns showering down upon you. It's lovely, lovely energy. I just love the cow spirit energy. And, we have begin now, take your first steps with the root chakra. What's happening is that you're coming, here's the third chakra. This is your creativity, powerhouse, if you will, your core beliefs, and, how you can relate to the rest of the universe, how your gifts and talents come into play. The root chakra. Now, I know that this has been also in your energy for like the last 6 months, but I feel as if you have really worked on healing your root chakra, which is based on a lot of childhood, trauma or issues, healing that energy, of family, early childhood family belief systems or issues that you brought into your into your adult life. Okay, so say that your family really believed that you should only work for a corporation. Okay, and that was part of your root chakra. You grew up believing that. Well, what you have been working on for some time now is trying to heal these different beliefs that you have. And now you're looking at this as, why do I have to work for a corporation? I don't have to work for a corporation. right? I can work for myself. I can start my own business. You know, you may have grown up where your parents felt like, oh no, you have to work for a corporation so you can have a pension, you can have healthcare, you can, you know, all the benefits, security, you know, like you'll have a job or whatever. And now you've gone through something and you're kind of like, no, I don't have to work for a corporation, right? Or it could have been, you know, you grew up with a belief system that, you know, you had to be married and have children in order to, you know, fit in, whatever. It was part of your family's, you know, belief system. You grew up with that. But now you're saying to yourself, no, wait a minute, I don't have to be married and have children. You know, that's just not something I want for myself. It's not that other people can't have that. It's just that you are really taking a look at what your core beliefs are and looking. You've looked. You have already done this work. I really feel like you have. You've healed your root chakra. You've realized that what you learned as a child is not necessarily in alignment with who you are now and who you are becoming. It's a lovely energy because now I feel like in March, you are starting. It says, take your first step. I think you are truly starting to step out into the world with this new belief system that you have brought yourself into. You know, your transformation, coming really back into alignment with who you really are. So in February, I think this really starts in February where you're kind of like feeling, okay, I'm victorious over what has happened in the past. I'm ready to start moving forward, right? In March, I feel like you get your idea of, okay, independence. I can start on my journey, you know, and feeling more comfortable with it. Maybe even feeling more comfortable talking to your family about some of these core beliefs and not really caring, although we always do care, but not really allowing them to hold you back anymore from where it is that you want to go, on who you are becoming, you know? So it's really a lovely energy. Okay, so let's get some tarot for March here. Justice, Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands, Two of Swords. So, you know, after a long time of not, I feel like you have been trying to move in this new direction. Really, like I feel like you're being pulled into this new direction. You've found the balance in your life. You have balanced yourself out. You have come back into alignment with your core beliefs. You have healed your root chakra. And now it's kind of like, okay, I'm ready to go and take action on this. And look at this, Ace of Wands and Knight of Wands. Getting the inspiration, okay, it's time to start, and then taking the action to do it. You know, I know some of you may be sitting there and saying, well, you know, Mary Sue, that's great, but it's going to take me 3 months to really get into action. No, you're actually going to start in February. I think by the end of April, right? You are going to be almost in this energy of it is on automatic pilot. Like you're not thinking about it anymore. You're in the action. So I feel as if February could be a little bit more about getting the ideas of how you want to take this information, this wisdom, this healing that you have been working on for so long, and how you can put it out into the world, how you can move forward. You're still thinking about it, right? In March, I feel like you're finding your comfort zone with this new idea, with this new core belief, with this victory over the past and how you're going to move forward. I feel like you're going to get some support in March, okay, from other people, you know, whether those are business partners, friends, family, support groups, whatever it is, you know, you're going to come into alignment with the people that you may want to be around and feel comfortable around in order to move forward. And then in April, it's like you're taking action. You're actually putting it into place. And, I know 3 months sounds long. It's really not. And especially to go from the ideas into bringing in the abundance, that is pretty fast, right? It is really incredible. Oh, this is so lovely. Okay, so let's get one final piece of advice from the universe. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. And oh my gosh, this is exactly what has happened, right? Like you are seeing the world in a different place. I think, the 6 months prior to this, right? You have been really working on shifting your perspective. And coming into alignment with your core beliefs. And now it's kind of like, oh, wait a minute. I see the future so much differently than I saw in the past. It's so lovely. Like I really get that sense that you're going to see the silver linings to some difficult ending that you had in the past. It's almost as if those silver linings are showering blessings upon you. Right? With the infinite abundance. All right, Capricorn. Wow, what a beautiful reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I love to read your comments and how this might resonate with you. And I wish you so much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.